Hi, everybody. Welcome to FNS Wrestling Podcast, episode 270. Back down in the basement, both of us this week. Jack is back for his first weekend back since going to university.
Indeed.
Because we are heading to All Out tomorrow. So welcome. We'll preview that in addition to our usual discussion of AEW Dynamite and NXT. May not talk main roster at all this week.
I won't.
Some trivia, some news and rumors. Timestamps for whatever you want to find, because we'll chat a little bit here before we get into the wrestling. So today Mom picked you up. You hit Costco.
Restocked the room.
Stocked your room, and then we got stuff for Costco at home. Your choice was to have chicken parm. I make a pretty decent chicken parm, correct?
Indeed.
Yeah. So I made that for you, and then we watched all of AEW Dynamite / Collision.
September to remember.
That's right. It was a special episode, and then we decided to come down here. Your big thing was seeing the cat. She seemed to remember you.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, she just wanted food, so she'll take it from anybody.
She does have a bit of a one-track mind. So it's a long week of work for me. Took 5 days, felt like 10, one of those weeks. But it's over, and I'm excited to get to the show tomorrow. We are getting officially, I don't know if we knew last weekend. I don't think we did.
I don't remember mentioning it.
So we are officially getting box seats for All Out, which is pretty amazing.
Pretty sick.
So even your mother and brother are going to come down for a bit.
Mother, brother, and mother's brother.
Correct. Uncle Phil, who got us the box seats. Thanks, Uncle Phil. Tried to give away my tickets, but we still have them. So Mom posted them on Facebook, even just at face value or just under. And I don't think we're going to be getting rid of them. So I don't know how we'll get rid of them. Maybe
still an upgrade. It's like when we went to Jack White and we got an upgrade.
Yes, that's right. So should be the card shaping up really well. We'll get into that. We'll preview that probably last thing we do.
I think so.
But yeah, I'm pretty excited. We're going to head down. I don't know. We'll probably leave here at like 11:30, get downtown.
Yeah, it's like an afternoon show. It's at 3, I think. Our time,
which is a part of the appeal for your mother and brother, because they can check it out for a couple hours, and if they don't like it, just go hang out downtown, which is always fun to do in Toronto. And it's supposed to be nice weather and won't be super late, so I'm pretty excited about it. And then your brother's birthday's Monday, so he's having some friends over Sunday evening, I think, for one last hurrah in the pool.
If I get the day off or no?
Of school?
Yeah.
No, why? He'd probably want to go anyways because all his friends are there. So
that's true.
He's been doing super intense basketball training that's going pretty well. I don't know. What else? What else is new with you? You went to the free zoo?
The free zoo. It was pretty cool, actually. There's some interesting stuff there.
What kind of... I've never been. What kind of animals do they have?
Meerkats were our favorite. There was otters, but they were hiding the whole time, so we never saw them.
Otters are dope.
There was a dwarf crocodile in a glass case.
What's like the biggest thing they have?
There was like yaks.
A what?
A yak.
I thought you said a lorax. I was like,
There's yaks.
What kind of zoo were you at?
Some other thing like that with horns. There was a caribou.
So it's pretty small, would you say? Like
it's pretty small. It's not like the Toronto Zoo.
How long to walk the whole thing?
I don't know. We were there for a decent mix. We kept kind of going back around and whatever.
Yeah.
There was a serval, like those big cats. And I think that was the one with 3 legs.
Oh, cool.
There's also a bird with 1 leg. It was odd, like dismembered animals.
Was that the zoo where... I can't remember if that's the one your aunt went to and got peed on by a tiger. No,
there was no tigers here.
That was some...
Probably Toronto.
It wasn't Toronto.
Really?
It was like a little... it was Jungle Cat World, I think.
Okay, because there was nothing like that kind there. There's...
No big cats.
There are also these little monkeys that we were like... I got like 30 seconds of one of them eating lettuce.
Nice. That
was one of my other highlights.
Monkey eats lettuce.
Monkey eats lettuce.
Go viral with that kind of thing.
Meerkat just sits there.
Yeah, so I don't know. Is it nice to be home, sleep in your own bed?
It's nice, yes.
Eat food that you want. Although you said the food's pretty decent. You're not unhappy.
I'm not complaining. I haven't really complained about the food. Other than like some of the O-Week stuff was whatever, because they're like just serving the same couple options to everybody, so they have to like mass produce it. But
it's O-Week now?
Orientation week.
Oh, it's Frosh Week for us.
Yeah. But
back in the day.
Now it's just like the regular stuff, and it's generally good. And I can go now. I can just go whichever a dining hall.
Because you've got a meal plan in the card, you can just go wherever you want.
I think it was for orientation week. You had to eat from your
but now
dining hall. But now it's like I just go
everywhere.
wherever. I feel like as long as I don't care about walking, I just go wherever.
That's cool. You tried out your first e-bike tonight. I made you ride it.
It was interesting.
Pretty weird, eh? Because it's just one of those ones that completely looks like a normal bike, but then it also courtesy of Uncle Phil, who comes through for us a lot.
Yep.
I'd never really ridden one like that either, where you pedal and it just pushes you.
Yeah, that's the weird part. And you kind of have to like slow down before it turns because like...
And it only goes, I think, 25, but...
Still, for a bike.
When you're just pedaling kind of easily, it's pretty nuts. Yeah. I don't know. Anything else? We got to get into this because it's already 11 o'clock.
It is late.
I've got to get up tomorrow and drive to Toronto and watch a show. So let's get into it. Our first segment, every week we'll talk about some of the week's wrestling news and rumors. First news story I have is, we texted about it briefly. Tony Khan is sort of hinting that he may in fact counter program Saudi Mania in
Blood Money Mania.
I think it's a really good idea.
I think so. And I mean, WWE's been doing it all year, so why not?
I also think that the Saudi Mania is alienating more people than anything else has. And you may have a chance to grab some people.
It's an optimal time, yes.
Might watch Mania, but might be a bit annoyed. And if there were something else to watch, maybe they give it a chance. And Khan is sort of suggesting they might really stack that card. And I say, why not?
I mean, it doesn't hurt AEW to try.
I think, unless they're saying they're it could hurt in the sense of if this is where you try and do some major builds to culminate and nobody watches it. But again, I think the AEW people are going to watch it regardless.
Yeah.
And you might be able to pull some WWE people who are growing a little disillusioned.
Yeah, because that's what we always say with the WWE counter programming is that like they're not likely to pull many people, but there is now a reason for AEW to possibly pull some people.
And we can't be the only ones that feel the way we do about WWE right now. And so if there's people that feel like us, you might be able to grab them.
I think so, yeah. And I mean, it'll be more affordable ticket pricing since they're not maximizing profits like TKO.
Listen, I can tell you, I looked yesterday, All Out right now, you can still get tickets. And I know that'll mean, it didn't sell out, haha, whatever, I don't care. For I think it was $54 for like decent seats, like 300s, but we've sat in the 300s there and it's totally fine, right? Like the view is good everywhere.
Was that where we would have been for Forbidden Door, I think?
Yes.
Like I had no complaints about that.
Yeah, like it's steep, so even though you're 300s, you feel pretty close to everything. You just
have a clear line of sight, regardless of like.
So I say do it, Tony Khan, and see. I don't know what the worst thing that could happen isn't that bad. So
I think it's been a general time of like the public perception swaying, not completely, because there's always going to be the tribalists on both sides, and also like
then they'll never leave no matter what.
won't die, but
TKO era is. I'm not a fan.
It's good for AEW though.
I think
like
so.
This,
it could be.
I've been saying it multiple times, but this really feels like a renaissance year for AEW. It really feels like there's been a turnaround, largely in part thanks to guys like Swerve and Ospreay, who obviously are gone right now, but still like the Hangman story really brought them back to prominence, and I feel like they put on really good pay-per-views this year. And it helps that like main roster creators been in the lull. SmackDown's like a career graveyard.
TKO's
money grubbing at every turn.
Making Vince McMahon look like a reasonable person. And that is...
Yeah, that's the really crazy part.
That is very hard.
Not from like a creative standpoint, but like... Because he did do some bad shit, crazy stuff.
Yes.
But yeah, like in certain ways, they're making him look reasonable. Like he didn't put logos on the mat and everywhere imaginable. Right. He wasn't gouging everybody for every possible cent. Because I think... Yeah, Vince.
It's not like he was giving deals to anybody, but TKO is like, ha ha ha, he's an idiot because he didn't squeeze.
They're just concerned about the gate. I think Vince was more concerned about the sellout because they would bullshit the attendance all the time, and like they were always making up their attendance numbers for the big manias and whatever. But he cared about the sellout, right? Like the look of it, and they're just concerned about the numbers, which is why like, they're always concerned about the social media engagement and the gates and all this. The moments.
Viral moments and money.
The merch sales. Like, so yeah, I don't... In ways they make Vince look not as bad, and that's concerning.
Is crazy.
That's concerning.
Yeah.
But yeah, the TKO era, they're the Grim Reaper of pro wrestling.
Seems like it.
There's not... I didn't find a lot that was interesting. The most notable thing from the week is Andrade being released from WWE.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been a whole thing ongoing. If my thingy will load, I can read about it. If not, then
thank
I'm gonna have to go off
goodness he left AEW, because just gonna walk right back into WWE and get
Tony Khan fumbled it.
What a start!
But basically, I think it was he had another violation of the wellness policy. I think he had one in his initial run. I think in 2020.
That seems to be the rumors right now.
And they sent him home, and then they hadn't been able to get in contact with him for weeks.
Yeah, he was ghosting them apparently, as the kids say.
And then apparently he traveled to South America, and then they they let him go. And apparently scrap plans. Like apparently him and Phoenix were going to win the tag titles. I don't know how true that is, but apparently they would have won the belts in Paris.
Super talented guy, but seems like he is not the greatest employee.
Yeah, and he had that fight with Sammy Guevara in AEW, right? Which, not saying Guevara is completely blameless.
Yeah.
But clearly Andrade's got some consistent issues.
He does. Too bad, because man, can he wrestle.
Yeah, but I
him.
think he's got, and I think they're also not thrilled that his English didn't improve, which has always been a sticking point for them, which I understand to an extent.
I feel like after watching the Dark Side of the Ring with Warrior, that Andrade's like, I'm so good, I don't need to learn English. Like Wario was like, I'm so big.
I could see that.
I'm so big, I don't need to learn to wrestle. Look at me.
I saw the belief backstage that like he was going to be big coming from AEW, like Cody and Punk. Maybe not on their level, but like I'm sure they expected more still. And yeah, like Andrade's great and all, but I don't think he was ever destined to be world champion.
And putting him back with Zelina Vega, I don't like that would have been so
even
smart.
Still, even with that, I think his ceiling is IC title. Like
probably,
I don't think,
but a really entertaining act.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, it does suck, and that's another example though, because we've been saying him for a while. Like people keep saying how Tony fumbled all the guys who pop up NXT, but look at Andrade. Clearly, one, he's not the most reliable, like you said, but two, WWE wasn't exactly doing like everything with him before then. They had that series of Mello that like went to a draw. Like that's ridiculous.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see where he ends up. I can't see him going back to AEW.
They already teased something with him in CMLL, which I would be surprised since they're affiliated with AEW pretty closely.
TNA and then back to NXT.
CMLL back to AEW.
That's right. Everything's a pipeline.
AAA back to NXT, back to WWE.
Right.
New Japan back to AEW, like everywhere. Just imagine.
I used to like her, but I forgot she existed. Kiera Hogan is gone from AEW, it looks like. I
don't even remember the last time she wrestled.
Funny you say that. April 2024.
Yeah, I knew it couldn't have been this year.
And then she was on a reality show, got into some altercation and dislocated her shoulder, and apparently that annoyed AEW. Show? The rumors are. I didn't get the title. I actually didn't care enough to even copy the title of the showdown. So you can look. But anyway, I read a quote from her, and it's basically like she's so super talented and super ambitious that wrestling was always just going to be a stepping stone for her anyways. So she's gone and whatever. She doesn't seem to care too much.
The cast of Joseline's Cabaret, California.
Never heard of it.
That sounds stupid. I want to know what that is. Joseline's Cabaret. There it is.
Deep dive into Kiera Hogan's.
What even is that? What is this? I don't even know.
I don't know.
The top thing related to that is the Kiera Hogan.
Yeah.
Like
altercation and injury.
Can't be that big of a show if like
probably
that's
not.
Like the top result that I'm getting. One of the other things I had was Shawn Michaels getting double knee replacement surgery. I only know that because I'm scared he's gonna come back for Saudi Rumble or Saudi Mania.
Maybe he'll be less bow-legged.
Yeah, or he's gonna like
maybe they
tarnish his legs even further because he's
not gonna wrestle, man.
With that money, I don't trust him.
Maybe, I guess.
And like I saw him say that he considers the Mania match with Taker his last match. I'm like, so great that you choose to ignore that absolute travesty.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know
I'm gonna say your last match was actually your last match. I know that sounds crazy.
Yeah. I know we all want to ignore that match, and we all try to ignore that match, but it still happened.
Yeah.
It's like Goldberg saying his last match was like whatever last match he had with Lesnar. Like that would have been before his match with Taker, right? Like it's just that's not
your last match is your last match.
Yeah,
it's not hard.
He chose to take the blood money, so
that's right.
That's what you get.
From the files, I guess, WWE announced that WrestleMania 43 would take place in Saudi Arabia. When they did, it was a closed press conference with no fans or media because they were concerned about getting booed and getting
real
asked questions they might have to answer, right?
Which, mind you, is also why they stopped doing the press conference after Lesnar came back.
I have seen a more lively lineup of people at funerals. I will say that. They all looked like they had zero interest in being there. Not one of them looked happy except Liv Morgan.
Dynamite, and we were like,
Liv Morgan.
Yeah, but like we were saying something on Dynamite, and you're like, they look happier than
oh, right.
Anyone on
I can't remember what that was. In the moment it was clever, but it was not funny. Clever enough to remember.
Yeah, I guess you're not that funny then.
No. So yeah, I'm not surprised by that at all.
Yeah, because I saw someone say, I was telling you, like, if you're worried about all that stuff, maybe you're not making the right decision. Right. But I mean, they're getting $350 million.
The right decision is cha-ching.
They're making $350 million. So what do I know? Right?
Exactly.
Like, Can't wait. I'm sure like the only thing I'm looking forward to about Saudi Mania is like the stage and production is going to be insane because it's Saudi and it's WrestleMania. So that's great. But I can see that on Instagram and I can give them their engagement that they want. And then I'll just
see,
off.
I'm thinking about now, anytime I watch anything WWE, to not give them the engagement they want and only watch, like when you go and look for the stage and stuff, look off of somebody else's Instagram account, not the official WWE one.
Yeah, so that's honestly usually what I do. Yeah. It's like because I usually find out somewhere.
So they get nothing from us. Did you say you were done news?
The only one I had was Kaden Carter debuted in ROH. I want to say it's the tapings now, so maybe it hasn't aired yet, but she's there. That's cool.
I don't know why.
She's fine. Yeah. Probably the job to someone. I can't imagine she's like...
She's not... Like, she's fine, but...
I could see her being in the mid card because they have the ROH of all things has 3 women's belts.
Interesting.
Because they have the Athena's belt, the world title, they have the television title, and also the interim television title. But the television title, because that's just the one.
Yeah.
And then they're doing the tournament right now for the women's pure title. Which better go to Serena Deeb. Otherwise, I don't know what we're doing with anything.
Right.
But like
another one I forgot about.
It's crazy to me that there's 3 belts in that one brand. Because like WWE, yes, they have 4 women's belts on the main roster, but that's 2 per show. And same with Dynamite or AEW in general, that's 2 per show. Or even 1 per show since they have 2 shows and they kind of go...
And 2 2-hour shows that people
2 2-hour shows.
Maybe watch.
ROH, I don't know how long Honor Club runs for every week.
I don't either.
It's at least an hour, maybe 2. I don't know. But like to have 3 women's belts, it's crazy when they have... Let's play my new favorite game.
What's the women's roster on ROH?
Who has the belts
Billy
in
Starks.
ROH? Billy Starks. Okay, I mean, she is there, so that's a good
That's
start.
why I guessed her.
That is a good start. Okay, so we know Athena, and I'll also X out Bandito since we see him regularly. Let's see. Who's the pure champion? Got everything about it.
Moriarty.
Yep.
Wow, I'm good at this.
Who's the television champion? This one you should know because we've seen him recently. He's out right now, but we have seen him.
I have no idea.
Nick Wayne.
Oh my God! Yeah, I should know that.
Tag champions. It did recently change.
I don't know. It's not obviously Dustin because he's out and Sammy. So who? It's not the Outrunners.
Nope.
Who else is there? The Arya Davari group.
Nope. It's LFI.
Oh, okay.
Guevara and Roosh.
Okay, Roosh has gold.
Yeah,
that's cool.
He does.
I did not know that. I don't think
the 6-man titles also recently changed hands.
If it changed hands,
it is an established group. I will.
Shane Taylor Promotions.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the only group I could think of.
Shane Taylor and the Infantry.
Yeah, of course.
And then the women's TV title. I almost mentioned it by accident. Who it was?
It's not Deeb.
It is not Deeb.
It is. Who's over there? It's not Billy Starks.
It is not.
It's not Athena. Those might be the only women I can think of over there.
I feel like you've guessed her before, but I don't actually know. Like, she used to be on AEW, obviously, but not in a while.
Perazzo?
No. She's in the
I give up.
It's Red Velvet.
Oh, damn.
For bonus points, who's the interim women's television champion? We've seen her recently.
Red Velvet's out?
Yeah. We've seen the interim champion more recently.
Red
on
Velvet
AEW.
And
affiliated with other people on AEW, somewhat.
Wow. I have no idea.
Mina.
Oh, okay. Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that for sure.
Yeah. So then the women's pure title is vacant.
I think we are by far the people who've talked about ROH women's division the most.
ROH
maybe
in
ever.
General,
right there.
The most, yeah. It's my favorite game to play because who would even care to know? I know just because I follow them on Instagram, but that's about it.
So Raja Jackson arrested finally, being charged with felony assault in the attack on Psycho Stu during an indie event in the ring. We talked about it here, bless you. And Thank you. So he's finally been charged. I don't know what took so long, considering all of the evidence was literally documented and live streamed.
Pretty clear. So
yeah,
I'm glad they got there anyways.
Yeah. Sorry, Jack's feeling sick, so if he sounds a bit
timing
different.
is great, obviously. As I'm back here, but
you can just infect the whole house and then leave too.
Yep,
great.
Leave before the damage really gets bad.
So the news story I was waiting for to tell you. So further evidence that TKO only cares about making money. Did you hear about a new sponsorship? I didn't believe it was true, so I checked a couple sources, and it seems like it is true.
I feel like I do, but
They're
it's not
only.
coming
I'll
right
give you a
now.
hint. They're only. And this I don't. This might be my favorite part. They're only sponsoring one match.
Oh, I do know this, but I forget what it is. It is something funny.
It's funny.
It is funny. I don't remember what it is.
It is Aries, quote, the industry leader in EMF protection. Which,
Yeah, it was.
In case you're wondering, isn't a thing.
Okay.
So,
okay. That's good. That's good.
The World Health Organization, National Institutes of Health show no evidence. They're basically saying emissions given off phones and Wi-Fi or whatever are harmful. So basically, they sell products to protect you from things that don't harm you. So, in other words, scam.
Okay, awesome.
Right? So, but they are willing to pay TKO. So they are putting their devices on the 4 posts. So we'll protect the Usos, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed. Only for that match.
What was it was the first EMF something match. I remember seeing that and people are like, what the hell does that mean?
So it's like wearing a tinfoil hat. It's like they're putting tinfoil hats on guys in the ring now to block out whatever alien.
The referee should wear a tinfoil hat.
So yeah, I mean, TKO is just like, oh, you're giant scammers who make a product that does nothing, but
you're doing some stupid nonsensical thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
Money? Wait, money?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you had us at money.
I did see something about that, but I don't think I really paid any mind. But
it's kind too crazy. We'll only give you one match. It's too much.
we don't want to sponsor the whole show. We don't care about EMF that much.
I thought that was fun.
That's probably the best sponsorship since Dude Wipes.
Yeah, it's pretty good, and we'll be looking for it. No, we won't, because we won't be watching it.
Won't watch it.
Okay, I think that's it for news.
It is.
Let's move into. I guess it's not just Dynamite. It's Dynamite and an hour of Collision stapled on the end. Very evidently, I will say right here. So let's take a look at this week's AEW Dynamite. Talk to me about the go home, once you're done coughing, the go home episode of Dynamite before the show we're at in Toronto, beautiful Canada.
September to remember.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so they had the big old intro, which was cool. They had it with the different September to Remember graphics, because whenever they do these super show episodes, they never call it Dynamite or Collision. It's just whatever the title is, like Summer Blockbuster or...
So are you saying the lower third on this segment on YouTube is going to be misleading? Because I'm going to leave the Dynamite review on there.
It is.
Not making another one.
It is going to be very misleading.
Well, forgive me.
I forget what the first 4-hour one was too. There was it was September. No, sorry, it was the Summer Blockbuster. Remember that, but there was the one before that too. I can't remember for the life of me what it was.
You're looking at the wrong guy if you expect me to know.
AEW 4-hour episodes. I'm gonna find it. I'll look more in. Oh, I got it. Oh, it was Fyter Fest.
Fyter Fest with 4 hours?
Yes.
Huh. Okay.
Which I forgot because that one I should know because that's one of their classic shows. That's been one of the ones since their first year. That was the free one. I think outside the States it was free, and it was the main event was Mox and Janela.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
Oh, you actually do. Good for you. And I think that's the show where Spears cracks Cody with the chair. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's that. Anywho, we kick off with the contract signing for the Hangman Page Kyle Fletcher match. They both get big ol' introductions. Callis speaks first on Fletcher's behalf, talking about how Hangman took the title from him when he had the weakling Omega as champion, and now he's been waiting to get it back for years, and Fletcher will bring it back to the family. Hangman says he wants Fletcher to do this alone because he sees what he could be, and he's someone that who could be in AEW for decades and carry them into the future. He says if Fletcher wants that responsibility, he has to be the man who is worthy of it and earn it by himself. And he says it's in the contract officially that if Callis, or any member of the Don Callis family, interferes, Fletcher will get DQ'd, the match is done, and then also he'll get stripped of the TNT title, so big no-nos there. Fletcher says that doesn't scare him, and anything could be on the contract, he would still sign it. He's scared of nothing, and there will be nobody involved at All Out, but that will change nothing. He's still the best in the world. He will fulfill his destiny and become the world champion. He says he's better than Hangman was when he challenged for the title in 2019, better than Hangman when he won it, and definitely better than Hangman now. He says AEW doesn't need Hangman or Omega anymore. They need the Protostar, and he'll let Hangman ride off into the sunset on Saturday because the title in AEW as a whole belonged to him. Hangman retaliates by saying he knows how it feels to be Fletcher right now, but Fletcher doesn't know how it's going to feel after he loses it All Out, and it will ruin him. He says he knows Fletcher will give everything, but it won't be enough. But what Fletcher does with the feeling after he loses will define everything, and he tells Fletcher not to disappoint him. Fletcher says Hangman should know he's a man of his word. There will be no physicality here and no interference on Saturday, but he will leave with the AEW title at All Out, and by the end of the night, he'll leave Hangman beaten.
Yeah, I really like this. I thought more so they were trying to let Fletcher showcase himself on the mic, and I thought he did a great job here. And so either Hangman is just the super baby face and he is trying to like elevate Fletcher or whatever, or he's using mind games to get Fletcher to agree to a match more agreeable. Or a combination.
I think it's a bit of both, because I think
either one's fine.
I think in real life he's using this to put over Fletcher as like a future star. Like he's saying what we're thinking, what we've been thinking, right? But I think in kayfabe, he is using it to get a fair match out of Fletcher, which I think is smart. So I think it's a bit of both for sure.
And Fletcher is like the overconfident heel, and I think that's his tragic flaw here, right? And he's kind of dumb for agreeing to Hangman's thing, but it makes sense with the character he's established, right? He is supremely confident. He feels like he's as good as the guys in the main event right now, and he thinks he'll have no problem, right? So I don't know. Hangman always brings passion. I thought Fletcher sounded great, and Hangman just has great matches, tells great stories, builds great feuds.
Yeah.
He's a great champion.
And the story here is, we've been saying, it's really simple, but it's good. It's just logical and it makes sense. Fletcher's the young guy gunning for the top. He's hot-headed. He's on the cusp of being at the top, but not quite there. And then Hangman's our conquering hero. He's still somewhat fresh on the title run, so I don't think he's really dropping it anytime soon.
Nope.
But I think Fletcher's going to be killing the match, and I'm still super pumped for it. And I think it's just good for Fletcher to be in a solo main event. Like, that speaks volumes to his abilities, I think.
Yep.
Then we get a quick Mox Darby promo. It was pretty much just a highlight reel of everything that's happened so far. It was cool, but there was nothing new here, so not much to say about
I think it was Alan's last line, if you want to burn AEW to the ground, don't be surprised when I pull you into the fire.
Yeah, that was cool.
So that was cool. Solid segment. It was pretty quick, but it was just like, here's the backstory, working in like him climbing Everest, right, and stuff. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Then we get Moxie taking on Roddy Strong with Roddy's own wife in tow.
Yes, that was the moment, right, when they were face to face on the floor. That was
kind of funny. Yeah. There's a chop exchange early on. Roddy with a clothesline and drop kick, then a gut check. Roddy with a strike combo. Then Mox counters, hits a stalling pile driver for 2. Transitions into the Juge off the kick out.
Mm-hmm.
We get a sick kick later on. Roddy with an Olympic slam, but right on the landing, Mox kind of grabs him and puts him in a choke. Roddy's able to get to the ropes, and then we get another Olympic slam, this time for a 2 count. Kyle O'Reilly and Daniel Garcia are brawling at ringside. Mox rolls up Roddy out the distraction for a 2 count. Then when Roddy's running the ropes, Yuta comes in, trips him. Mox paradigm shift, and he gets the win.
Yeah, good match as you would expect.
Not the fastest pace, but I thought it was good.
No, because Mox isn't going to go crazy a few days ahead of a coffin match, right?
Yeah.
So kind of what you would expect.
Roddy kind of pumps up the pace here and there,
yeah,
because he's the cardio machine. So I think it kind of works with the style contrast there.
Mox probably shouldn't need you to win, but they're just nasty heels to cheat all the time,
heels,
whether they need to or not.
And I think it protects Roddy a bit, which you don't really need to do, but I don't like it. It doesn't matter.
It was all it needed to be.
It's fine, yeah. Then we get a Briscoe MJF package, kind of similar idea to the Mox Darby one. Most of the stuff we've already seen. There's some extra narration. And we get all the clips from their other segments, and then we end with MJF's closing line from his promo last week.
Yeah, super intense, but yeah, nothing new here. Slick package, but
I did like this one better because I thought the intensity was really there.
Yeah,
and so I like that.
Yeah, basically just a recap of the feud on a go-home show. Yeah.
I think the tables and tax stipulation is interesting because it's not one I would have expected.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's an odd, specific kind of match type, but I don't hate it.
And following right after this, you've got MJF trying to weasel out of it, right?
Which we will go to right now. Yeah, so this MJF, and it's from last week's Collision, so it's one of those things. He storms into Tony Khan's office. We can hear them, but we can't see him. Like, it's just through the door, which I thought was kind of cool. It makes it feel different, I thought. He complains to Tony Khan about changing the casino contract, says Tony Khan owes him for this one, and he wants out of the TNT match. Tony Khan gets amped and says he doesn't know MJF anything. He says no. MJF says he hopes Tony Khan's happy when there's another Briscoe in the dirt and it's on him.
Yeah, it's another just like The crowd's going to love it because MJF, they're going to know MJF doesn't really want to be in that match. They're going to super root for Briscoe because he's mega over babyface, and it just allows them to hate MJF for one more thing, right? Like, he's afraid to be there.
And I love that, like, before he knew the stipulation, he was like, yeah, throw anything at me. I'll kick your ass anyways. And now he's, like, immediately trying to weasel out. So I like that. And like I said, I thought filming it from the outside, not actually seeing anything happen, just hearing, I thought was kind of a cool touch. Just made it feel a little different. And I love Tony Khan trying to sound like a commanding boss. It's just like
impossible.
I love Tony Khan.
And maybe not seeing him helps because he looks so.
I love Tony Khan. He's great. Yeah. I love him. Then we get Bobby Lashley taking on Toa Leona. We get crowd chants for Lashley as Leona's just choking him in the corner with his foot. A really nasty Samoan drop on the apron.
Looked incredible,
awesome.
Yeah.
It's the clip I've seen going around on social
media. And
if that's,
I was saying to you, if that's a safe enough move, he should do that all the time.
Like how Hangman does his slam on the apron, and Alexander's got that crossbody, right?
Awesome.
Like, I would think it should definitely be a staple of his moveset if he can do it safely. Lashley gets a bit of a strike exchange later on. They trade lariats, and Lashley hits an overhead belly to belly. Lashley lines up for a spear, but Leona rolls out of the ring. Then we get a spear on the floor, and MVP also takes out Ricochet. Khan tries to distract Lashley. Then Shelton drops him with a super kick. Leona blindsides Lashley with a pounce. He gets a close near fall on that one. The finish comes when Lashley is able to get Leona in the Hurlock, makes him pass out for the win. But then Ricochet and Khan immediately jump him. MVP and Benjamin even the odds. Eventually, they're able to toss the heels out, and the Syndicate stand tall.
This one, I would say, over-delivered for me, and not because I don't think Leona's good. I just didn't think they would give him this much.
Yeah, I thought he looked really good.
He did. He's lost so much weight, man.
I know. A lot of people really like this, and I did like it. I didn't think it was anything special, but I thought Toa Leona at least looked really good.
Live crowd was really into it.
I don't think he's hurt too much by the loss.
No, and they were really into MVP. I thought this was like a really good big man match for TV, and I'm happy for Leona because I really like. He is the better of he and Khan. I think Khan is still kind of learning.
I don't know about
Leona's
better, but like if they both feel kind of fresh, but he's more interesting. I feel like.
Yeah, he's cool.
Like Leona's kind of got his thing of being like the savage big guy, and Khan's like he's a little more calculated, but I feel like he doesn't really have his shtick yet.
And having a competitive match with Lashley, who still hasn't been pinned, is a feather in his cap, right? So I like this match.
And I figured Lashley would win, which is fine since Ricochet got the win last week. But it does mean that I think it makes it a little more likely that Ricochet and Goa get the win at All Out, which I think is more important.
Could be, yeah.
I think that's more important for their future trajectory, Leona included. So hopefully that is the case, because I do think they're worth establishing.
Stick around and we'll tell you our picks.
Yeah. Then we get Copeland and Cage face-to-face with FTR. Shivani mentions the fines for any physicality. Stokely talks about the big fines as well and says if they touch them, there's obviously the fines, and he'll make sure the match doesn't happen. They'll disappoint everyone again. Cash gets the mic then, says 16 years ago he met Copeland for the first time. He was one of the biggest stars in the industry, and Cash was nothing. I think he said Copeland came to the gym Cash worked at. They became friends. And then 10 years later, he and Dax became the greatest tag team of all time. They helped Copeland back to wrestling. Then Copeland came to AEW to quote-unquote help them, but he made it the Adam Copeland show, and they did the heavy lifting. He says they brought him his career back, and at All Out, they'll take it away again. Dax speaks next. He says there's a time where Copeland and Christian were the best tag team in the world, but it's because their competition were two mediocre teams that carried them the relevancy. He says they've carried tag wrestling for 11 years. They cemented themselves as a generational tag team. He mentions their catalog and straight up mentions Endzone Cass, Gable and Jordan, American Alpha. He mentions Gargano and Ciampa, DIY, and then Young Bucks, Bullet Club Gold, Outrunners, and Briscoes.
I think he said Enzo and Big Bill.
No, he said, I swear he said Endzone Cass.
Did he?
I could have been wrong.
Maybe.
But he did mention some of the NXT
he
teams,
did.
which I thought was
for
cool.
sure he did.
He says it is a dream match for Copeland and Christian. They need this, and maybe in a perfect world, it would be a dream match for them in another life. But this is the life they've been dealt. Copeland then speaks next and tells them to shut up. He says they ripped their friendship apart. He opened his home to them, which is real, and he helped them get jobs. He came to AEW to help them, and FTR weren't in the spotlight because the fans wanted him. He says FTR are the best tag team discussion, but they just got here, and he and Christian have been there for 20 years, and they revolutionized tag team wrestling while FTR were getting bass in their voices, he said. He says two of the best tag teams in the world will face off in their hometown, and when FTR beg for mercy, they'll understand why there's only one, Copeland and Christian. He says they'll understand why they're better than FTR. Christian says 100K is a lot and 500K is so much. Stokely might be able to get some hoes with that money. But he says At the risk of sounding like an asshole, 100K doesn't mean a damn to him because he's rich, and then they start fighting. Security get in the ring pretty quick. A couple guys take a kill switch and a spear, respectively. They send FTR to the ring, and Dax got like his face busted somehow. I don't know how. I didn't see probably. It. Yeah. But he said he's still going to wrestle, so luckily there's no change there.
This was a bit too long for me. I didn't like. There were some good lines. I enjoyed Stokely, and there was a couple good lines.
I thought it was generally pretty good.
Live crowd was into it. Pretty straightforward stuff, but I don't know. I didn't love it. It was fine. I didn't have a problem with it, but I wasn't like super into it or anything.
I thought it was pretty good. Everyone sounded good. I felt like a decently emphatic send off for like a go home. Like I felt like a segment you'd put on a go home show, so I like that. I thought Cash was solid. A little shaky though, because to be fair, he did have to yell over a lot of boos.
Yeah,
I think Dax's promo was my favorite because he's a little more relaxed in his tone and mannerisms. And I thought it was cool he gave the shout out to like the NXT teams they faced. I thought that was kind of neat.
Because they got a bit of a shout out. DIY did a smash contraption on NXT this week, which I thought was cool.
They've been doing that, and I thought their heel logic makes sense, even though like Copeland said he opens his home to them, and that's real. I thought everyone made sound points here. Not a ton new was added here, but I thought it was a good way of like wrapping it up before we go to All Out. But the brawl at the end kind of made the fines pointless, but I thought the way Christian went about saying that was kind of funny.
And then attacked him.
I thought that was kind of funny, and it makes sense for him since he's kind of like anti-hero-ish.
And they've got that WWE money.
Yeah, right. And Dax, definitely got busted open. It looked kind of rough. It reminded me of like Becky Lynch, 2018 kind of thing. Then we get a Young Bucks interview. Nick says they're back dressed fancy. They're doing good after winning the money the other week. He paid off production to give them their proper entrance again. Matt says tonight marks the beginning of their redemption. They'll win tonight and win their 4th tag titles at All Out. Nick gives Renee 10K and she praises the Bucks at the end, which I thought was funny. I love that like they win a bunch of money and they're immediately back.
They're going to blow through it.
Not only are they going to blow through it, but they snap back into form like seamlessly. Like they're back to being douchebags and doing what they do. I saw they posted on BT that they gambled in on slots, which they also mentioned on commentary. So I wonder if like that's going to be part of them losing it, or if like that's going to be the reason they have more money.
Bum Corbin.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So it's them quickly flipping back to confident douchey ways because they have money and sort of paying people to be nice to them.
It's the other way of like I think it's like it's still funny to me. It's just the other side of what we've been doing lately, right?
Yep.
Then we get Young Bucks taking on Bang Bang Gang in a qualifier for the tag title ladder match at All Out.
The only two remaining Bang Bang Gang.
The only two remaining members, which is Austin Gunn and Juice Robinson. Bucks now have their theme, Trons and Pyro back, thanks to their winnings, but I don't care how much the Bucks bribe people, Bang Bang Gang always going to have the better entrance. It is nice to see that on Dynamite once again, because this would be the Dynamite portion, so.
That's true. This is still important.
Yep. Notable is the Bucks hit a lot of fluid tag offense early on, taking both Austin and Juice. Like, too much to take notes on, but they're just really clean stuff. After a commercial break, Austin goes to tag Juice. Matt pulls him off the apron at the right time. Austin then takes a high knee in the corner from Nick, assisted slice spread from Matt, and a basement knee from Nick for 2. The back and forth combo there. Nick tries to pay off the ref, but he rejects it. Then Austin rolls him up for 2. Eventually, we get the Juice hot take flirt, and the crowd does really react to Juice.
They do.
Which honestly makes me happy.
Charisma. He's got a weird charisma.
He does.
Like a wild man.
Always chanting Juice when he's doing the jabs and the punches and whatever. So I really love that. Like I remember seeing the backstage video when he returned to All In, and he was like surprised at how much people reacted. Like I thought that was such a great moment. So yeah, I always love to see the popularity for Juice. Great sequence where Matt, he hit Austin with the wrecking ball dropkick to the floor. He tries to skin the cat back in the ring, but Juice drop kicks him in the middle of that. Then Juice misses dive to the floor, gets PK'd by Nick, and then Nick hits a tornado to both Juice and Austin on the floor. So just all over the place there. There's a back and forth sequence. Then the Bucks set up for a TK driver. Austin catches Nick, who does like he's doing the springboard part. He gets caught with the jumping flatliner, kind of like a half 310 to Yuma. It felt like. Then Juice hits Matt with the Blade Runner for a near fall. So that was kind of a cool nod. I really like that. Then Nick takes Austin out. Bucks catch Juice, hit him with the TK driver, and the Bucks pick up the win. So they're going to the ladder match.
Yeah, really enjoyable tag team match. Like this entire show is every result is, other than maybe the next match, is not in doubt at all, but end up really good match, strong pace to finish. And nice to see Bang Bang Gang getting an appearance. They looked good, right? So yeah,
I thought in the early going this was like just okay, but somewhere towards the middle they decided to pick it up, and I thought they really hit their stride.
They carried that pace right into the finish too.
Absolutely, I thought the finish came at the perfect time. Bang Bang Gang were never going to win, but I thought they looked really good, and it's understandable how them lose since I know they've teamed a few times now, but they're still kind of the makeshift combination of Bang Bang Gang, because you had Juice and Switchblade team a bunch in the early going, and then obviously the Guns have teamed a bunch. So this is kind of like a weird combination, but not a bad one. I thought they both looked good, and they almost had it. So I thought like the end stretch was really great, and the Bucks were always going to win. So that's totally fine. I hope we see more of them on Dynamite because the entrance is a beauty. But this was good, and we are continuing getting good tag team wrestling on Dynamite,
like established tag teams,
right? So I like this a lot, and so I was happy to see this. It was probably my favorite match of the night. Just I really ended up enjoying it.
I think I like the next one better, but
it's between these two for sure. Then we got Hype Package for this 8-woman tornado tag happening before All Out. It's on like some tailgate brawl thing. I think it's just the pre-show, but I don't actually know. It doesn't matter to me. Then we get Mascara Dorada versus Beast Mordos.
I would like to point out how cheesy the triangle?
Oh yeah.
Speaking in unison,
Stupid.
I was struggling with that.
Yeah,
quite a bit.
Then we get Dorada taking on Beast Mordos in a unified championship 3-way qualifier. So it's a 3-way match. Okada's already in because he's defending. He beat Oku to keep his belt and get in the match. Takeshita beat Bowens. So it's the two guys who are feuding, and then we're getting a random third guy. And
this was the only match I thought like I was fairly confident who was going to win, but.
Yeah,
you could have argued for either one.
Because we know either guy in this match is likely going to be the fall guy at All Out. It really doesn't matter which one it is.
Nope.
I probably would prefer to be Mordos. But
me too.
I digress. A lot of flips and arm drags early on. Corkscrew suicide dive from Mordos, which always looks sick. A ridiculous tilt-a-whirl head scissors from Dorada, like one of the ones where it's like a ridiculous amount of rotations, crazy speed. Like it really had me gasping for a second. Destroyer on the apron from Dorada, then he runs back in the ring, comes out the tornado to the floor. Mordos with a nasty backbreaker, then pops Dorada up, but Dorada comes back with another destroyer. Mordos counters the handspring move from Dorada right into like basically I think it was Destination Hellhole for 2.
Probably my favorite move on the show.
Sick.
Looked great.
It was sick. Mordos goes to the backbreaker again. Dorada counters the crucifix bomb, gnarly again. Then Dorada hits a wicked tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. It was kind of tilt-a-whirl backbreaker in like double knee, so kind of like tilt-a-whirl backstabber if you want to call it that.
It was.
Then shooting star from the top for the win. After the match, Okada comes down, stares him down. Takeshita cuts him off with his music, and he comes down to commentary made a point that Callis came out with Okada, and then Takeshita comes out alone.
Right.
Callis starts to play peacemaker between them. Then Dorada jumps to the outside of the springboard crossbody to Okada, then stares down Takeshita.
I thought Dorada looked nuts in this. And
it was a crazy blitz of a match. There was a couple slip-ups, but you can forgive it when they're doing such crazy stuff.
And this is
going at a quick pace.
The right amount of lucha for me. It's super impressive in these smaller doses, but I can't do a whole show.
Or like an extended match, I feel like.
Yeah, so I thought Mordos, he's always amazing, and just that counter into the Destination Hellhole was so
awesome, yeah.
Was so
it reminds me of, I don't know if you remember that one match on Rampage, I don't know if you've seen the clip, where it was like, it's Lethal versus Ricky Starks, and he goes for like the lethal injection, and he counters him perfectly in a Rochambeau.
Yeah.
That's like, it's very similar to this,
yeah.
almost exactly.
Looked great.
But yeah, it looked awesome, and it reminded me of that.
I thought this was a really good TV match. It stood out because it was a lot of tag matches, and just the pace and the style of this one was different. Yeah. And Dorada's going to add a dimension to that match, right?
That's true. I would have picked Morris because I would have liked the slugfest between him and Takeshita, and like I think him and Okada, it would have blended great, but Dorada does bring a bit of styles contrast to the match, so I think that's totally fine. Either guy here would have been the fall guy there, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I do think Dorada makes things a little more interesting. And I like we furthered a bit more tension with Okada and Takeshita here.
Yep.
Takeshi's definitely on the outs, but not fully. I feel like that'll start taking shape after All Out.
Yes.
It'll be like the full face turn.
It's coming.
We hear from Toni Storm. She's cutting a promo on the stage in a spotlight. She talks about winning the titles back 7 months ago. She makes more sexual innuendos and whatever.
She added drug references this week too.
She slayed a variety of women, loved every second of it. She calls it like sweaty and sexual. I don't like it. I can't.
I can't.
She says AEW is where the best wrestler, and if you're not willing to put your life on the line, you're not shit. She says she'll risk it all against the other women. This is the end of her reign. It's been the honor of her life, but if they really want to take it from her, she suggests they burn her body to the ground and smoke her ashes because no one will get them high like her. I don't know.
It's like, I don't know.
It doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Hater comes in the spotlight, says she's not a fan of the spotlight. Storm can keep it, but it won't look good without the title. She says it's been a while since it's just been her and Storm says they're forgotten, but she doesn't forget, and Hater hits hard. Statlander comes in, says she hasn't wrestled for the world title in 4 years. She looks at them and realizes it's maybe because neither of them had the ovaries and they can't stop Stat. Tekla comes out, and she has a match.
So, This was just Tony Storm playing the hits, copy and pasting that whole intro. I'm the whatever of the whatever, and yeah, it's just sexual innuendo, drug references, cursing. So edgy and so cool.
It's like the same shtick. Like, it's how Monet does the same thing in a lot of her promos, except I hate this more.
Yeah. And I kind of liked Hater's involvement. I like the idea of, like, you clearly want the spotlight, you can have it. I just want your title. I thought Stat...
I just didn't love that, like, they kind of played into the Storm promo style. It's just kind of like...
And Stat always sounds kind of awkward, so... It seems like...
I thought her line was all right, though.
Hater's the one being positioned as the one with the most chance here,
I don't know. I feel like between this and the post-match, they seem to be positioning Tekla.
Maybe. I don't know. I felt like there was more attention paid to...
In this, yes, but given the fact like Tekla cut them off and then got a win heading in, like, I don't think that means Tekla's winning.
Oh, sure. No, definitely not. But
I do think it means, like, I feel like they could be setting up Tekla as a singles challenger later.
Could be.
Which I would be interested in. I want to see, I think next we need her challenging Storm, and we need Windsor challenging and hopefully beating Monet.
Right.
I think that's the play. But then we do move into Tekla versus Queen Amina, no holds barred match. They've been feuding pretty much since Tekla got here.
Yeah, this actually made sense as like the culmination of a feud that's been going on for a long time.
I do think maybe Tekla won't challenge for the title yet because her feud was supposed to be Hater. But Hater was hurt, remember, and so they wrote her off for a bit. So I could see a Tekla Hater feud coming out of the 4-way. Maybe that's going to postpone Tekla for a bit.
Yeah.
Not sure. But yeah, this makes sense as a match. Tekla's in streak gear, so I respect that.
Obviously. Yeah, I thought you'd like that. And Aminata was definitely not.
Nope, she sucks. Don't like her anymore. Tekla jumps off the barricade and just absolutely smashes Aminata's face with a trash can lid. Amina hit what looked like a draping twist of fate onto a trash can, which looked pretty sweet.
Or like a Tower of London almost.
Kind of, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it did look good.
Tekla spears Aminata into a seated chair for two. It looked kind of nasty.
Aminata took the edge of it into the lower back.
Yeah, the small of the back.
Yeah, it looked like looked like the most painful way to take it, honestly.
Yeah, it looked interesting.
She didn't seem to mind, but
no. Tekla hits some strikes, then runs the ropes. Aminata floors her with a huge headbutt for two. Tekla lines up for a spear. Aminata chucks a chair at her face, then a fisherman buster on a pile of chairs for two. It's pretty sick. Good. Then Tekla's able to get the win with a curb stomp on the chairs for the win. Tekla gets a mic and says Storm can stop looking because her end is right here. Storm runs down, fights Tekla. The other two come out. They brawl too. Yun and Shafir come down to help Sally, but she denies it. The other triangle people help Tekla. Storm gets a chair, chases off the triangle to the spooky triangle of spookiness. And then she stands off with Hater.
I thought the match was really cool.
I enjoyed it.
The finish was not the best because it kind of came all of a sudden and wasn't the best stomp on the chair.
And it wasn't her usual finish, which is the spear.
But I find both Aminata and Tekla sort of wrestle a more aggressive looking style, and I think that carried over well into a match with lots of weapons and stuff. Yeah. So each of them were willing to take a beating in this. I thought, like, again, lengthy feud. This is a way to end it, and gets Tekla a quality win heading into a title match. And then the aftermath, I guess, was to show Stat. Is she not listening to Death Riders? Yeah, I liked the match. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I thought it was good too. I thought they packed in a lot of stuff for the time they got. I thought it was better than the no holds barred match we got the other week, the street fight.
Yeah.
With Storm and Sky Blue. Tekla looked like she had some nasty cut in her ribs, so that looked nasty. Couple of really killer spots too. Quality win for Tekla, I thought. Probably my favorite Tekla match I've seen so far.
Yeah. And you're right, the contrast with the one last week that I didn't think much of, this one was much better.
Yeah. And the post-match stuff was pretty basic. I didn't care for that much.
Yep.
Then we get an interview with Skyflight, which is Scorp, Top Flight, Christopher Daniels' manager role. Darius says they've been feeling pretty good. They're on a roll. They're going to go through the Chaos family, go to All Out. Sky is no limit. Hangman comes in, warns about the Chaos family. Daniels says they have each other's backs, and he says take care of Fletcher. It was fine. It didn't really add much other than, I guess now you know about Skyflight if you didn't know about them.
Didn't even make a note that it happened, so it couldn't have been that memorable.
Nope. Then we get Jet Speed taking on Kip Sabian and Luchasaurus, a.k.a. the Matriarchy.
Mm-hmm.
And another qualifier for the tag ladder match thingy doohickey. All right, we're good. Knight hits a slingshot plancha to Luchasaurus on the floor. Then Speedball with that kind of the springboard moonsault where he's like in the ring. He jumps over the rope, over the apron on the floor, takes it Sabian. Sabian knocks Speedball out of the ring. Then he hits a slingshot where he even presses the outside, so that was pretty impressive. Knight hot tag flurry. Luchasaurus takes the standing UFO splash and a running shooting star from Speedball for 2. Sabian with the springboard tornado DDT tonight. Then Speedball kicks him in the moonsault knee drop. Then Luchasaurus hits a chokeslam speedball. Oh, I wrote speedball with no D.
Speedball.
Let's fix that. Then Sabian yells for a tag, slaps Luchasaurus, which counts as a tag. Then Sabian rolls up speedball with his feet on the ropes. Luchasaurus shoves his feet off, then drops off the apron when Sabian wants a tag. So the turn is coming. The turn's, basically here.
Yep.
Sabian takes a springboard landing from Knight. Then we get the crescent kick, absolutely clocks Sabian, and Jet Speed pick up the win. So they're headed to the ladder match.
Fine tag match, nothing special.
Not as good as the other one, but it was still solid.
Gets Jet Speed in the pay-per-view and gets the kill switch. I feel like it's kind of moving really fast, but we've got...
It is, and I thought that too, but I was like, little understandable if it's like, we kind of have to make up for lost time because they would have done with Christian already.
Yeah.
If Luchasaurus hadn't been ill, right? So I feel like it is rushed. But
I guess the slap was like the last straw sort of thing. Yeah. I don't know.
I'm not sure what'll come of this after, though. I hope that something comes of it. Maybe Jack Perry. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I saw on BTE, the Bucks got a package with like a knife, and it said, "For the next time you stab me in the back," and people think it's from Perry. And then Perry posted on Instagram, knife making.
Nice.
So
he does make knives, swords, and whatnot.
That's another reason, I guess, why people thought it was that. So yeah, hopefully Perry's coming back soon, I guess. Then we get a quick promo from Big Bill. He mentions how his match with Eddie Kingston's been made official, but he doesn't believe it until Eddie shows up, and he doesn't think he will. He says Canada is an embarrassment, and Kingston's been sitting at home for 16 months. Everyone's been saying Big Bill doesn't belong in the ring with him, but he's going to show that Eddie doesn't belong in the ring with Big Bill. And he says if Eddie shows up, he'll be exposed, and he'll prove Eddie is a fraud.
Yeah, I thought this was good work from him and finished with some really good intensity. And this is clearly an afterthought match that they're not really putting a lot of build into. But
I think it's just they want to hype up Eddie coming back, right? So I think it's solid. It won't be long on the pay-per-view, so I don't mind. I don't think it'll be that long.
I doubt it, too.
Clear loss for Bill, which is a shame, but I'm pumped to have Eddie back, and he has to factor in Death Rider stuff somehow, I feel like.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was like a solid promo from Bill, just like obviously sucks he's going to lose.
I would think so.
Then we get Danielson sitting out with Darby. Danielson asked Darby about why he climbed Mount Everest, and Darby said he felt like he was living for someone else and one, make himself happy and remind himself what he was capable of. And as he's talking about this, they're showing more Everest clips,
right?
Stuff we haven't seen yet.
Oh yeah, I think I confused this with the lab a little bit before.
Yeah. He says he told people he would climb Everest, and all you have is your word, and he did what he set out to do. He says Mox's word doesn't mean the same because he considered Danielson family, but then look at what he did to him. He says he would never turn his back on family like that, and he talks about Sting a bit. Danielson asks if he's ready for the coffin match, and Darby says he doesn't know. But he wants Danielson's word. He won't get involved because he feels partially accountable for Wrestle Dream last year when Danielson got bagged.
Mm-hmm.
Danielson says he promises he won't, but needs Darby to promise something. He whispers something in his ear, then they shake hands, and Darby says he has his word.
Yeah, I thought Darby was good here, and I really like that they found a way to explain why Danielson isn't going to get involved when he's doing commentary on people that like tried to murder him, right? Because he should want to, so they found a way to work in like we're both men of our word, and you're giving your word that you're not going to get involved. Mm-hmm. So it sort of explains that.
And there's a bit of intrigue here in what
they said
said that we.
If
don't
it were
know.
WWE, I would say there's a chance we'll never find out, and they just drop it. But I assume because they asked Danielson right after, like, what
and he wouldn't say on
they
commentary.
Wouldn't say, yeah.
I hope it comes up at some point. I don't know if it'll be at All Out or not. Like, I'm kind of curious to see.
I feel like it's not something they're just going to let go.
I would think not, but I really can't think of like what.
Me either.
Would be even like, I don't know, like what would Danielson need Darby to promise that like he's gonna win? It can't be something like that.
Or did he give him some sort of advice, some sort of weakness of Moxley? Like, I don't know.
Or like give him some weapon. I don't know. Like I don't feel like Danielson's the type. I feel like it can't be like promise me you'll win because he would have just said that because there's no reason.
There's that doesn't need to be a secret,
right? So I'm really curious what it'll be, or like promise me you'll get me a match with Moxley. Like I don't. Is he gonna try to get one more match?
I'm sending Sting to come help you.
Promise me you'll take Sting's help. I don't
know.
Old man Sting come back with his gray. Have you seen Sting lately with the grayed out hair?
He has aged a lot without the jet black hair.
Well, once he stops dyeing it, yeah.
Yeah.
Once you don't need to like have the TV look anymore. I do think the old man goatee with the black stripe from the face paint is kind of tough, but the gray hair, it's like he's just like once he stopped faking it, like man, he aged like
immediately
10 years in a second. Then we get Riho versus Robin Renegade.
Because collision.
Tilt-a-whirl head scissors, basement drop kick, diamond cross body, crucifix bomb. Riho wins. She gets beat up by Monet.
Yep. Rio gets a momentum win. Monet gets to attack her after. That's all.
I wrote fine squash, me no care.
Yep.
Then we get a recap of Jerry Lynn trying to reunite the Acclaim.
Jerry Lynn plays the role of Billy Gunn.
What can we? Oh, instead of Daddy Ass, can we call him Papa Posterior?
You could.
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna call him. Yeah. Then we get an Ops Death Riders thing. Garcia's gonna fight Shibata on the pre-show thingy doohickey.
Sure.
And the Ops are not gonna fight the Death Riders. Did you see who the Ops are facing?
No.
Workhorseman.
Oh, okay.
Your boy.
Yeah, there's both my boys there.
Anthony Henry
and the big guy. I like him too.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Anthony Henry is my like Jobber of the Year nominee.
Jobber of the Year.
Yeah.
Even though he's never cool. Around.
Not anymore. No.
Then we get Top Flight. This is our main event. It's Top Flight versus Josh Alexander and Hechicero.
Top Flight are main eventing, so guess what? It's Collision, guys.
You could have confused it for Rampage though.
True. Dark
elevation.
Yeah.
Long-winded intro for Alexander and Hechicero from Callis. He like belted Hechicero's name for a good like 7 seconds. It was pretty funny actually. Top Flight with a great series of tag moves, and they're going like they were hitting some fluid stuff. Alexander knocked Darius off the apron with his crossbody block. Dante with the nose dive to Alexander for a near fall. Hechicero broke the pin though. Top Flight with the super kick poison rana Alexander for 2. Alexander and Hechicero hit some like cool thing where like Hechicero does like one of his weird lift positions into a DDT from Alexander. Like it's so weird.
It looks awesome. I don't even fully understand it without watching it again, to be honest.
The cool stuff that only Hechicero does.
Yeah.
Alexander,
the Alchemist, would you say?
I would call him an Alchemist.
Yeah.
Alexander shoves Dante off the top rope. Hechicero hits that Hesage guillotine for the win, which I thought was an odd choice to win, but whatever. Then the Callis family surround Daniels. They're going to attack him. Jesse come down for the save. Bucks come down to fight them. Brodita come down to fight them. Big brawl. The tag teams brawl away. Leaves Archer and Romero to beat up Daniels, but then Hangman comes down for the save. Fletcher comes down then as well. Romero distracts Hangman so that Fletcher can get cheap shots in. They set up a table at ringside. Hangman's able to get the upper hand again, goes for a buckshot, takes a belt shot from Fletcher, then a brainbuster off the apron through the table, similar to what Omega took the other week.
Pretty cool.
And Fletcher stands tall with both belts.
So Alexander and Hechicero had some cool stuff, including that whatever that combo move was. I've never seen.
I thought
even
even Top Flight had some solid stuff. Like they're
fun.
They're fun in the ring, but they just never win.
Clearly, they're never gonna rise to any sort of prominence.
They just never do anything. So like they're fun to watch sometimes, but you know what you're getting with them.
Yeah, and then Fletcher, I kind of like the end because Fletcher's sticking to, and I think Excalibur even pointed it out. He's sticking to his word at All Out, but it doesn't mean he's not going to kick the crap out of you
I
with
like
10
that.
guys
it
before
keeps them heel, right?
Yeah.
Which is obviously where he's
like,
at.
yep, I promise not to have the numbers game at All Out, wink, wink, but tonight I'm going to do it. So I thought, and it bookends the show with the main event match, right? So I thought that was pretty smart, and the match was fun enough,
Yeah. I thought Alexander Hechicero is an interesting combination, and it's two guys I enjoy, so I can't complain. It adds another different dynamic to the ladder match. It's really diverse feeling, so I feel like that match is going to be crazy. The match here was solid, though. The result was never in doubt. Didn't feel like a main event. Was probably my main complaint, but nothing wrong with the match itself.
Yep.
Fletcher looks like a beast again. Really strong angle to close the show, and it's good to have him look strong since he's not going to win, probably.
Spoiler. Yeah, I thought this was a good show. I do think like the overall mark for me gets hurt because that last hour of Collision is clearly not.
Yeah.
It'd be better. Would it be better if it was the front end or the middle? Like, I guess middle, but I don't know.
I feel like the Collision end wasn't totally worthless because we had the end of the Tekla match, which was good.
Yeah, it just doesn't end on a high note.
Yeah. The angle at least was high note. Not the match per se, but yeah.
So I'm torn. I think Mortos Dorado was my favorite match, but there were other good matches on the show. The women's, whatever stipulation they called it, not street fight. Yeah, was very good too. So I'm torn between B and B plus. What are you doing?
I think I'm gonna go B because the Collision part does hurt it. But
I agree.
I thought generally a strong show. Like my favorite match was probably the Bucks Bang Bang Gang, and then Mortos Dorado was also really good. The Haas fight was good.
True.
The No Holds Barred match was also really good.
Yep.
I liked the Christian Copeland FTR segment, and honestly, I really liked the Danielson Darby one as well.
The opening segment was very good.
That was in the Collision part, wasn't it? The Danielson Darby? I feel like it was. If it was after Tekla, then yes, it was. I don't know. It's close to B+.
Like 4 good matches, a good opening segment. Right? That's why I was torn too.
Okay, I'll change my mind. I'm gonna go with the B plus then.
I think that's fair.
I think, generally speaking, it was pretty good. Didn't end the strongest in terms of match, but I thought at least we ended with a strong angle.
Mm-hmm. And to be fair, it's never going to be, the collision hour is never going to be amazing.
But there was a couple things notable from that, so at least it wasn't completely worthless.
Yeah.
Like we had the tag qualifiers, which are at least something in the
somewhat
Darby
relevant. The best.
The Darby segment is something I would have missed if it was on collision, so I'm glad we saw it.
Yep. Good show. All right, we'll move into a little bit of trivia before we get back to talking about more wrestling. I think I like the trivia today, but we'll check it out right now. It's off the top of his head. Okay, so it came up once already on Dynamite, and it'll come up a few times on NXT, and that was like people and their theme songs that you love so much and like to talk about theme songs. So I asked a very popular AI engine, or whatever you want to call it, for list and describe the best 15 wrestling entrance songs. Okay? I'm going to start out by giving you the name of the song, except for maybe the first one, because the name of the song is the name of the wrestler or wrestlers as well. So, the song is by Rick Derringer, because I can't give you the name of this one.
Hogan?
No. 80s metal perfection, crunchy guitars, aggressive lyrics, and underrated tag team banger that got fans pumped.
Demolition?
Yes, Demolition, because the name was Demolition, so I thought that might give away the answer. The song is called Blood by Jim Johnson.
Gangrel?
Correct. Or the
Brood.
Brood, sorry.
Brood.
So it said haunting gothic instrumental with a pulsing beat.
That is a good one.
Combined with the iconic Ring of Fire entrance, which looked awesome. I thought it was good. 2001 A Space Odyssey.
What?
That's the song.
2001 A Space Odyssey is like, that's what?
A classical grandeur for this person. His strut and robe entrances.
Oh, Flair.
Wouldn't feel the same without it. So I'm going with name, and then I have other hints if you need it. Slow Chemical by
Kane.
Finger 11. You are a huge nerd. Remember that sound effect?
They're the ones who did Paralyzer.
Yeah, they did. That's from your Monster Jam days.
Yep. One
of the videos you watched every minute of every day. Rock House doesn't give an artist.
NWO.
Correct.
Frank Shelley.
Okay. Wow, you are nerdier than AI.
It's on my playlist, my wrestling playlist.
This one is not hard. The Time Is Now.
John Cena.
Correct. Sexy Boy.
Shawn Michaels.
These are hard, eh? Electrifying.
The Rock.
A Cult of Personality. Who could say?
CM Punk.
Metalingus.
Edge.
Yeah, I think I knew that one.
Yeah.
They get easier now. These are all so easy. The only one that might... Okay, we'll just go for it. Judas.
Jericho.
Yeah. Okay, so let me go with the description then, because the name's too easy. Pure 80s Americana. Corny now, but in the 80s, fans exploded when it hit.
Hogan?
Yes.
Yeah, Real American.
Heavy, aggressive, performed by Motorhead themselves.
Trips.
What song? Didn't you have more than one?
Game?
Yep.
Okay, it's either that or King of Kings.
A chilling organ theme that evolved with him.
Taker?
Yeah. And what's it called?
That depends on the one. There's multiple names.
Pick one. Don't be wrong.
I don't know.
Graveyard Symphony?
March? I don't know.
Graveyard Symphony.
Okay.
The opening sound of this one defined an era.
Austin?
Simple, aggressive, yes. Very
Isn't
easy.
It called I Won't Do What You Tell Me or something?
They called it Glass Shatters by Jim Johnson.
Maybe.
That might be correct. It might not. Good job. Really fast. You crushed it. I should have started with the top ones because they were easier and worked my way to the harder, but
live and learn.
It's my first time doing this. It's not like I've done it 269 times already.
Never done it.
But anyways, back to talking about wrestling. We're not going to talk about Raw. We're just going to talk about NXT, but I'm still going to call it Highspots and Restholds. Okay, so this was NXT Homecoming, and I am usually
back in Full Sail.
Back at Full Sail. I am usually the non-nostalgia guy, but I enjoyed this show, and I think it's because I loved NXT so much, and this was seeing some people back, and I actually, to be fair, thought they did a good job with most of the places they inserted the returning talent. So, yeah, I was pretty happy with the show overall. It started with a really lengthy package highlighting the history of NXT. I'm talking minutes long. We got Rollins, Dusty, Paige, Reigns, Bray Wyatt, Drew McIntyre, Birth of the Horsewomen, look at Regal, Tyler Breeze. I saw a thing that said Velveteen Dream was represented, so I went back and watched the whole thing. I didn't see it. And I think that would be a weird...
I didn't hear anything about it. Especially because I was saying to you, it's like, it's tricky that, I mean, I didn't expect them to, but that they didn't mention Undisputed Era, because that's such a big part of this era that they're talking about. And you can't really talk about Black and Gold without Undisputed Era, so it's kind of tricky.
Zayn and Owens feud got some attention, which I think was cool. Sammy winning the title, Becky vowing to, while she was still in NXT in a main event WrestleMania. Rude, Nikki Cross, Asuka, Balor, Nakamura, Aleister Black, Shayna Baszler. Nice to see some footage of that era, right? Just a
absolutely
bygone era that we'll never get back.
Ever.
Then Triple H and HBK come out. Triple H...
There's also the old intro, right? They did the old intro with the old music.
Triple H hints that he might want to come back to NXT, and then that creates some tension, and he and HBK sort of stare down. I don't know what that could ever pay off in.
It was literally just so that Regal could come out and do that War Games.
Yeah, Regal comes out, I miss him, and says War Games. So what are we saying here?
Just because that's his thing.
Or they're not actually going to do a War Games of like NXT and main roster or something?
I don't think so. Okay. I think it's just that.
So just random so he could say it?
Yeah, I think that's all it was.
Lame.
Which is why I think it was stupid, but like at the same time, it's like good to see Regal at least.
So the opening match, tag match, I thought it was surprisingly bland. It was Flair and Bliss retaining their titles against Paxley and Dame. They made the choice to have Charlotte Flair be isolated for like most of this match, and
as you do.
Seemed kind of slow and basic to me. Paxley misses a 450, takes his sister Abigail after 11 minutes. Just underwhelming for me, and it was like a special show, and it was a title match. Did not feel very important to me. But anyways, we get Zarya, Sol Ruka backstage bickering about their miscommunication last week, because if you remember, Ruka hit Zarya with the Soul Snatcher by accident. Lainey Reed shows up, talks about the speed tournament that I couldn't care less about, but then someone shows up to save the segment, and it's Shayna Baszler, and we love her.
I was very surprised to see that.
If you listen to FNS, you know we love her, so it was I maybe popped the most for her coming back.
I definitely did, out of everything I saw.
She tells Sol Ruka and Zarya that she was also a double champion. They need to sort of fix whatever's wrong and apologize. She leaves. Sol and Zarya do seem to make up, so... This is the Zarya will they won't they split up tension that's been going on forever. It's like they're the new Fraxium.
Yes.
They have issues all the time, but stick together somehow. They're just not as cool, but
or as talented.
Almost nobody is. Then we get a much better tag match than the opener. It's Trick and Mello. They actually end up defeating DIY in 11 minutes, which is what every match pretty much comes in at this show. It's better than 4 minutes or 3 minutes, I guess. So Mello hit the nothing but net to Gargano. So I don't know why. Maybe you can tell me because I don't pay attention. The Miz shows up. Does he have issues with Gargano?
He's teaming with Mello.
Right. So he took out Gargano, leading directly into the finish here. At one point, you had Mello blind tagging himself in as Trick was about to set up for his finisher. They also then hug it out at one point. And then Trick is sort of behind Mello.
He's like teasing. Yeah.
But he ends up... Mello ducks it, and he hits Ciampa instead. DIY hit a shatter machine, which I thought was cool, kind of including the revival on the show in their own way, right? Because that was a huge thing there as well. Really entertaining match. Drove home kind of for me how bland the tag opener was, because I thought this was much better. One of the returning placements I really liked was Sami Zayn. I can't believe this. Somebody at WWE was able to look past simply race, because Sammy actually says the person that reminds him of him is Javon Evans, which I thought was fair, but like for WWE to be like,
yeah,
how could he
not have like Kofi Kingston come and say that or something?
But one's white and one's black. How could they possibly compare that?
Surprisingly forward for them.
That's amazing. So he talked about talked about how emotional it is coming back to Full Sail. Reminds him of the time when there was so much potential, which he still sees today. Kelly Kincaid specifically asked him if there's anyone that he sees that potential in. He says Javon Evans. Briggs walks in, says Ava and Sammy are wrong, that Evans is a waste of potential. Evans runs in, attacks Briggs. Briggs is pulled away. Sammy gives Javon advice, says that he has heart, which you can't teach, and for guys like them, it doesn't come easy, but the sky's the limit for Javon. I really liked it. I can't believe they actually compared two people.
Good for them. But it's not terrible comparison.
On more than the color of their skin, so that's awesome. Zayn's always believable, and Evans is kind of similar in that way too. Like he's more than just cool in the ring. He can connect with the crowd. So I thought this was a great way to connect these two, all while sort of furthering the Briggs Evans stuff, right? So I thought that was a good use of Sammy. Nobody overstayed their welcome. It was just kind of a good time, a good length of time for each of them. Ethan Page retains the North American title, pins Tyler Breeze, who's clearly just been like preserved somehow. He's exactly the same. And I don't know how. Is he wrestling somewhere? He's not. He doesn't
wrestle. It's weird. It's even weirder that he looks exactly like he used to, right?
Wrestles exactly the same.
It's weird because last he was in NXT. Remember, he had like short hair.
Yeah.
He looked
now
different
he's back
with Fandango. Yeah.
Peak Breeze. So I thought this was good. Page was like the physical bully. Breeze, I thought, was selling really well, and he's getting in flurries, lots of kicks and stuff. But this is exactly the same Tyler Breeze. It's really strange. I think he should be wrestling somewhere. And whatever, I guess Page has stuff going on with the worst named wrestler in wrestling, El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr.
Yeah.
So the son of Dr. Wagner Jr., which would just be Dr. Wagner the Third. Right?
Yeah.
So why are we going?
I think I've heard WWE want to change him to Dr. Wagner 3.
The son of Dr. Wagner.
I've heard they want to change him to that, yeah. Understandably so.
So they stare down, and I don't care. I thought even Damian Priest and Tavion Heights had a decent interaction. Priest is basically like, you're close to the next level. And then Priest is like, what's really clicked for him is when he went against Balor and won the North American title just after that. So he says he spoke to Ava and got Heights a North American title match against Paige, and Heights is obviously
because main
thrilled.
roster you have pull.
So it's like everybody that came back is a babyface, though, regardless of
Balor,
what they are on main roster. Right. Which I get. You're homecoming, you're going to get cheered, so
I guess.
I don't know. Shockingly, Grayson Waller effect, I thought was really good. I told you I pretty much loved this segment. Did you see any of it?
No.
So he's bringing on Femi and Ricky Saints, right, to talk about their thing before their match. And Femi starts out and he's kind of like, he's underwhelmed by Saints. And he talks about how Oba's all about the NXT title and Saints is more concerned about when he can get called up to main roster and carry Cody Rhodes' bags, which I thought was fair. And then he says you can carry as many bags as you want, but you'll never carry the NXT title, which I thought was pretty good too. Saints responds, man, and this was easily the best promo he's done since coming. Really passionate. He says Oba acts like he has a warrior spirit, but he's just a pampered athlete. Saints poured everything he had into the PC years ago and got an automated email saying no thanks. He's standing right here, has realized delay isn't a denial. It may not mean much to Oba, but everything Saints was given to the business means everything today. He won't be delayed or denied at No Mercy. It's kind of like a different way of going, I paid my dues and you were just handpicked. I had to fight to get here and they grabbed you and brought you here.
Yeah, they brought him from football.
And gave you every opportunity. Yeah. And meanwhile, Waller's like the little prick who's sitting there enjoying having them creating this chaos of them bickering and stuff. So he's doing a good job there. Then Trick shows up. He said he needs to be on hold because Oba has something belonging to Trick. Ricky needs to shut up and he's only there because Oba and Trick made things hot again. Waller all of a sudden just goes, yeah, I'll speak to Ava and I'll get a Trick Oba match, I think, for next week.
Yeah, they're doing title for title. I saw someone...
Yeah, title for title. So that's kind of a big match, right? I
saw someone suspect they want one of them called up soon.
Right.
And so this is a way to facilitate that.
Trick, I would guess?
I would guess Trick.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take Trick because I think he sucks.
And then Saints gets a match with whoever wins.
And Oba's TNA champion,
one of the titles? I don't know. That's weird.
Well, I mean, he seems to only want the NXT one because I don't know why he'd care about the TNA one.
But a rare segment where like everybody was logical and what they said was kind of...
It's even rarer for like
good.
WWE NXT.
Good from their perspective, right?
Yeah.
Like, was like, you're not that impressive. You care more about getting out of here than winning. And he's like, well, you're just a pampered athlete. I thought it was good. Bobby Roode and Joe Hendry are then in a backstage segment with Ren Sinclair and Charlie Dempsey. Charlie, I think, announced that he's going back to Japan for a month or more or something. And then
he's probably doing like their tournament or whatever in Noah.
Reed, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Something like that.
Roode raises his hands and gets his theme to play a bit. He believes in Joe Hendry. So there you go. Lexis King's in the ring. Lights go out and it's Finn Balor coming back, right? So again, a decent use of him. Old theme, right?
Other than the fact that he's that old theme babyface.
And he's a babyface here. Yeah, because he's...
But it proves that he's still over. I was saying they've dropped the ball with Balor on the main roster is terrible.
Oh, yeah. He's small. So there you go.
But like the
if
fact
you were
that
6'4", they'd push
done
into the
so
middle.
much with AJ Styles and not Balor.
Yeah.
It's like, and I'm not saying like Balor's infinitely better than AJ Styles, but like I'd say they're comparable and like Balor could have been so much more.
I think Balor's better character work and mic-wise than Styles.
Yeah.
But... So yeah, King's distracted by Balor coming down. Obviously, Bourne appears in the ring, hits a zigzag, and then Balor hits a coup de grace.
It's the Reborn.
Whatever it is. Reborn, is that what it is?
Again or something.
Awesome. Montez Ford interacted with backstage.
Born should be the next Reverend Devon, and everyone could be born again.
Yeah, for sure.
There's
or
what
was Batista? The Deacon Batista?
The freaking Deacon.
Yeah. I couldn't have been great because I don't remember what they said. Montez Ford had good energy, but I don't remember what it was
teasing
about.
a profit split right now.
Are they? Because it was just Ford, no Dawkins.
Maybe they'll drop it for months and then just have one of them get injured.
Yeah. Ford could have had a singles push a long time ago, in my opinion, but...
They dropped the ball because people were talking about that and then they just never did it.
I think heel him and Belair would be cool if they were both just arrogant.
I turned him heel in my universe mode just for no reason.
He and Belair could be such good, cocky heels, I think, together.
I think EST Belair, that whole character, works best as a heel.
Me too. Then we got a 10-minute main event with Lyra Vaquer and Ripley defeating Fatal Influence. Lola Vice shows up because JC Jane is trying to sneak away. She takes a Vice backfist, a Ripley Riptide for the babyface win.
I saw this debate with Lyra and Tatum earlier.
Oh, yeah. They're like happy to see each other.
Yeah.
Or Tatum was happy to
when
see
your
her.
stalker becomes your friend. That makes sense.
Stockholm Syndrome.
I thought it was funny, though, that like we're doing this Full Sail homecoming thing, and Lyra never wrestled in Full Sail.
Right.
Until this. She literally like
did
some post. Nope.
So.
She literally did some post here. It was like, oh, I'm so happy I finally got to wrestle in Full Sail. I'm like, the whole point is that's like an homage to an era that they weren't a part of.
Coming home to the place you've never been.
Yeah. Like, they literally did a whole package of like, it's like different because like Vaquer was in NXT this year, was she not?
Yeah.
Like, that, like, her and Lyra, I get why they're here, and I'm not like discounting that, but like, they make no sense to be here. Even like Mello was in black and gold. So great to
see Mello.
But Mello was barely in black and gold.
He's so damn good. I don't understand what they're doing with him.
So, like, to have Mello, because... So, he was in black and gold.
Yeah.
He was in the tail, but he was never in Full Sail. Yeah. So, he's also never been in Full Sail. Yeah. And so...
It's more NXT, not just the venue.
But, like, at least he was in black and gold. But, like, Lyra, never in black and gold.
Yeah.
Vaquer, never in black and gold. So those were, I thought, was weird at least. Obviously, they wouldn't care about that. But
I thought it was an entertaining show.
I care.
And it's something, I don't know if you can go back to it every year, though, because it's kind of neat that they all come back. But if they come back all the time.
Then it's like, it's kind of like the ECW show they did. You can't do that all the time. Otherwise, it's like, don't.
I was pleasantly surprised. I thought they did a good job of bringing people back. I don't have anything else from that segment. You?
No.
All right, so last thing we're going to do. By the time you listen to this, the show might pretty much be underway, depending when you listen to this show. But then you can just see how right or wrong we were. We're going to preview it. We're going to go to it tomorrow. We're going to probably enjoy it thoroughly.
I hope so.
And that is AEW All Out. So I did put some thought into this and actually typed it out. So it is All Out. I believe there's 10 matches, or did I have 9?
I had 10.
And again, we not only pick the winner of each match, we apply a certainty score for it so that we can have less chance of a tie, and it makes it a little more interesting. So the way that works is there's 10 matches. The match we are most certain our outcome is correct, we will put 10 points on it. The match we're least certain about, 1 point, and each one in between. So a range of 10 points if we're most certain about it to 1 if we're not certain really at all. So you can talk about them in whatever order you want. I'm ready.
So the first one I had was Eddie Kingston versus Big Bill, which is obviously just a vehicle to get Eddie back, and he's not losing to Big Bill. So I took this as my 10 because obviously Eddie's winning.
I think so too, but I only took it as a 7 because what if you want to prolong this feud and give Bill a little something and Kingston can lose all he wants and it doesn't affect him?
I don't think that's
I'm taking Kingston, but only with 7.
That's fair. Then I took Hurt Syndicate against Ricochet and Goa. I think it's about cementing Ricochet and Goa as a legit group, and Syndicate seem to be keen about putting new guys over. I do think there's a potential for them to get their win back since they've been they got cost the titles and whatnot, but I'm gonna take Ricochet and Goa at a 4.
Okay. I'm missing a number. I have to fix this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Terribly unprofessional.
Oh, I'm missing an 8. Ooh, so do I have to apply 8 to this one then? I'm going to do it. I am taking Hurt Syndicate, and I'm saying 8.
You're going to regret that, I think.
I might. I just don't know if they're losing on 2 pay-per-views in a row.
They said they want to put over new guys, and you got to do that.
And Ricochet
they can always get the win after, but I know. I think it's them they got to get a win here, I think. Especially since Leona just took a loss.
I'm going to take them, and I'm saying 8, so I'm pretty certain, although maybe that's, if I were to rethink this, I might not, but I'll stick to what I have.
Too late.
Yep, too late.
Then we get Copen and Christian versus FTR. I said they're not losing in Toronto. I only took it at 5, but I think that's just more so due to how my other ones shook out. Me too. Really? There's a possibility
that they
lose.
Extend the feud, right?
But I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think so either.
But there's that possibility, and also it's just also mainly due to how my other ones shook out.
Me too. So I also have Edge and Copeland at 5.
And then we got MJF and Briscoe in the tables and thumbtacks match. I feel like it's
this is the match I struggled the most.
But I think it's time to give Briscoe a landmark win. He's the most popular he's ever been. I think this is part of what we need to do to cash in on him right now. And MJF will cheat him out of a win already. I don't think we can do that twice and still have Briscoe be treated seriously. So I think he deserves it here. And I could see MJF winning, but I don't think he really needs it right now with the contract and everything. He'll be fine for a bit if he takes the loss. So I'm gonna take Briscoe to 2.
I took MJF at 3, and just mostly off of feel. I just feel, even though I keep saying if you're gonna push Briscoe, now's the time. He's never gonna be hotter. It just feels like MJF's winning this to me again. Might be the one I'm least certain about, but I didn't because there's other ones where it's multiple teams, right? So I figured that might be a greater chance of it not ending the way I want. But I took MJF with the 3 on vibes.
Mercedes Moné versus Riho. It's Moné. Windsor is the one to beat Moné, I think, and Riho just walked into a title shot. So I'm taking Moné at a 7.
I took Moné at 9. Rio's come back. She's been back a little bit, but there's nothing built around her, and she's not winning. And Moné is I think a month away from being the longest TBS champion.
Okay.
Which I think they want to have happen, because who would it be currently?
Cargill.
Right. So they want that record book changed.
Yep. Then we got Toni Storm defending the AEW Women's World title against Tekla, Statlander, and Hayter. There's not a ton of build in this. No one's really a threat to Storm right now. I hope Tekla gets her own feud out of this, but she's not winning here for sure. So it's definitely Storm. I'm taking Storm at 8. I
took Storm at 6. I don't think anyone's been super built into a credible threat. Even Storm's promos are who's going to challenge me? Who? A couple weeks out from the show, basically, right?
Which is how this came about.
I don't think Hayter's winning. I don't think anyone's winning. Storm's winning.
Yeah. Then we have another 4-way. The ladder match for the tag titles. Brodito, Jet Speed, Hechicero, and Alexander, and the Bucks. This one came together last minute. The Brodito are not in danger.
Agree.
This should be awesome, but Brodito are not in danger, so I'm taking them at a 9.
I took it at a 1 just because who knows? It's 4 teams in a ladder match, but I agree. Even though there are established teams in there, I think Brodito are kind of organically over, and I don't think AEW is WWE.
I don't think we're using them as transitional champions, right?
And they're not WWE that's well, we didn't want them to be this big, so screw you guys.
Because realistically, they're transitioning it to a heel team, I would think. So that eliminates Jetsby and leaves Alexander and Hechicero, who, no offense, aren't a team, and the Bucks, who don't need it.
They're doing other things right now.
So I really don't see a world where Brodito lose.
Agree.
Then we got Moxley and Darby Allin in the coffin match. This one was hardest to me because I feel like it's Darby. I feel like he's due for a win. But I'm not sure. Like, there could be some shenanigans with maybe Danielson, like, which wouldn't make sense, but like that could happen.
Yeah.
Garcia could pull something. Yeah. You could, like, Pac could come back.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I hope it's been long enough. So. I would love to see Pac. I'll take it being wrong if Pac comes back. But in my heart of hearts, I do think it's Darby. Like you were saying,
it's a coffin I feel like match. He doesn't lose those, does he?
I think he has before.
Oh, he has. Okay.
I want to say his last one. Don't quote me on that. But like you were saying with MJF, I'm going on feels with this one, and I think it's Darby. But I'm taking him at a 1 because I'm not like. This one feels like it could go either way. I'm
taking Darby as well with 4, so I'm not super certain, but
yeah,
I agree with you. I think Darby has to get the win here. I don't know.
I feel like he's due for it, and like, if a coffin match isn't capping off their feud, then what is?
Right, where do you go from there? Yeah. That's a good point.
Then we got Okada, Takeshita, Dorada for the unified title. I think the end game is Takeshita, Okada in a singles match after Takeshita turns full face, runs to the Chaos family. So I think Okada retains for now. And I did think it was funny noting that this is the second year in a row Okada and Takeshita have been in a multi-man title match at All Out. Because last year it was, I think, them, Cassie, and I want to say Briscoe for the Continental title back in the day. So I just think it's funny that they're in another match with each other with someone else. I'm taking Okada at 3, sorry.
I think we have to have a title change on this show. And I think this is it. I'm going to take Takeshita. I think it's time. Okada doesn't have to take the pin. This is the babyface Takeshita in motion. And can you just have retain all the way up and down the card? I don't think you can.
Because I
think the fans want something to feel like they saw something. So I don't care as long as the matches are amazing, but I don't think AEW wants.
I don't think so.
And a holding pattern. So
I don't think Okada's held a title, whether it's this one or the Continental, technically, whatever. I don't think he's been champion for so long to lose it in a match where I think if he was going to lose it, then there's really no point in having Dorada here.
Takeshita pins Dorada. Okada says, "You never pin me," and they continue.
I think that's a waste. I think it would be more worth it just have Takeshita. You have them lose here due to, like, I feel like
he could get screwed over in a babyface.
I'm going to call it now. Takeshita finishers Dorada, gets chucked out, Rainmaker to Dorada, or Rainmaker to Takeshita, either or. But I would assume Rainmaker or pin on Dorada. And it's the reverse of what you're saying. Takeshi's like, you never beat me, and you screwed me over, and that's going to cause more tension in the family, eventual face turn. He runs through, like, Alexander and Hechicero and Rocky Romero.
I think it'll be weird.
I think he challenges to Okada at either Wrestle Dream or Full Gear.
I think it'll be weird to have nothing change. You have 4 title matches, 5, and nothing changes.
I'm also okay with that because, like, we have some babyface champions, so it's not like you're not gonna have your feel good moments. I think that's more important.
I guess so, yeah.
But sorry, what was your certainty score for this one?
My certainty score for that one was, where is it? Takeshita 2.
That was my guess.
2. All right. Is that all of them?
No, last is Hangman and Fletcher.
Right.
Fletcher's definitely soon to be world champion, but with Hangman, I think we both said
10.
We think it's a longer run for him. And I think Fletcher, with his title he has right now, Hangman winning. So I took him at a 6 just because I had ones I was more confident in.
Page 10.
Because I don't think there's a 0% chance that's Fletcher, but it's pretty close.
It is very close.
So I'm going to take Hangman at 6 just because that's what I had left. But
Fletcher will be a champion, but it's not here. Page's reign is
I
not
could
ending
easily see Fletcher being champion by the end of 26.
Yep.
But this is 2025.
Especially the main event scene is a bit depleted because there's so many, but like no Swerve, no Ospreay.
Yeah, it'll depend on when Ospreay and Swerve are back because
Omega's not even involved.
He's not really main event right now. He's just kind of like in the wings whenever you want him in the main event. I feel like Ospreay has to be champion when he comes back. I feel like the lineage right now is MJF cash in, wins the title. Ospreay takes it from MJF after a bit. Fletcher takes it from Ospreay.
That'd be cool.
And then Takeshita takes it from Fletcher.
I'm all right with that. No WWE retreads involved in that.
Yeah, right? So I kind of like that. Yeah.
Me too.
But anyways, that is it.
All right, that should be a great show. We will watch it. I don't know if we love it, if we'll end up talking about it before episode 271 or not, but There's a chance anyways. So I think that's going to wrap it up for 270. Great to have you back in the actual studio. We'll be back at school for the next one on 271 next Saturday, but we'll be back doing that. We hope you come back, bring some friends. Tell us your thoughts on All Out if you watch it. We'll see you then. And until then, everybody, take care.